we do got to talk about a certain situation. You know, a lot of people beef and have fallouts. I want to know because I don't think I even know. I don't think me and you ever had this convo before. So I want to know exclusively what was the situation that you had with DJ Alex Sensation? Like, what was the? You smirking already? Look, you smirking. What happened? What was the fallout about? Like, what happened that made y'all be like, hasta aquí llegué. That's it. Fuck you, my nigga.
All right, so, well, Alex and I have a lot of history. We're talking about from the Coco Bongo days.
Before the forehead surgery. before back in the day. We all know it. We all see it. There's Google images. We could go back in, before the forehead surgery.
You just do your own homework, man. That's all we got to do. Well, let's go back to the beginnings of our business deals. When I decided to take a chance with radio, with Mega Thursdays, I bought this live broadcast. I was spending about $7,000 a week on advertising. So that I became a pretty big client for Mega, and back then there was not really that many broadcasts. So I brought Alex in, and I told him, listen, I wanna fuck with you on Thursday nights. I wanna lock you down for every Thursday. Back then, Alex was charging like around $700-800.
Sheesh.
So I told Alex, you know what?
And wait, hold on. How much is Alex worth now?
Well, I don't know what he's charging now.
I heard it's like 4,000.
Well, that's what I was paying him at the end. I think he's trying to charge more now, but I don't
Oh,
know
that's
why.
what Barco was paying him, 4,000.
Yeah.
Sheesh.
So
I gotta be a DJ.
no, but let me give you the story so you can understand how the shit even got to the 4,000. All right. So when we started in the Mega Thursdays, we were killing it, and he was charging about $700-800 at the time, and I told him, listen, I'm gonna lock you in, but I'm gonna pay you $1,500. I offered him more money than what he was charging. So we do this Thursday night shit. The shit is packed. And about a year and a half later, I said, you know what? My Saturdays are good, but I want to shut my doors down on a Saturday. So I said, you know what? Are you down to do Saturday nights? He says, yeah, I'm down to do Saturdays. But at that point, because I was already paying him $1,500, he used my number to go to the other clubs and say, listen, I'll come to you, but I'm getting paid this at Coco Bongo, so you guys gotta, meet me there. So at that time, he was charging $2,000. So he immediately went from doing $700-800 to $2,000, but he was charging me $15 because that's what I was paying him on a Thursday night. So for Saturdays, I'm like, you know what, bro? I'm gonna lock you in for Saturdays too. I'm gonna give you $3,000 on a Saturday night.
And this was Coco Bongo days.
Coco Bongo days. Now, it didn't bother me because I was making great on Fridays and I was doing great on Thursdays and I was killing it on Saturdays.
So he was like your main event DJ.
Yeah, so he was my main event DJ. So he was coming religiously, and then I offered him other deals too. I told him, listen, whenever there's artists, bring them, and we go half and half. We pay the artist. He obviously had the connections. A lot of artists will give him, the deal to perform. A lot less than what they would normally charge because that's how they feel like, oh, I'll take care of Alex. Alex is gonna play my music on the radio, but Alex needed a place to cash out at, so that's when Coco Bongo came around. Oh, you're an artist? Cool, no problem. I know you're charging 20, but I need you to do me a favor for 10. So of course we would get him for 10. We pay the artist, and then whatever money we made, we go half and half. But he had no responsibilities. Now the problem was when the nights that we lost money. When we lost money, he didn't want to take the loss. I would be the only one taking the loss. So I was okay with it because I'm like, for every 5 events we lose on 1, I'm still making great on 4.
Okay.
So I wasn't really worried about that. The problem was when year 15 of Coco Bongo came around. Coco Bongo started going on a decline. Now, why? Because it was good. It was dope when Alex was there Friday and Thursdays and Saturdays, but it got old. So Alex at the end started saying, okay, yeah, I'll be there, and then he wouldn't show up.
So that was like strike 1.
So then customers started stop coming to Cocobongo because like, yo, we want to go see Alex, and then Alex would never show up.
And not for nothing. Now that I'm going to Barcode, he be pulling that bullshit at Barcode a few times. He pulled it.
So let me finish. Hold on. It's a long story. So Alex pretty much started screwing me over on not coming to Cocobongo. Obviously, Cocobongo dies. Me and him didn't have such a great relationship at the time. But he, at that time, he went and started throwing parties at Olay. Olay used to hold more people than Cocobongo. So then those parties went down the drain because him and Gio had a fallout. So now Cocobongo opens up. I mean, Barcode opens up, and then I'm looking at it as a business move. So I bring Alex in, and you know we start, and all of a sudden the party's doing great. All of a sudden, he's giving me dates that he's canceling last minute. Now I'm like, yo, this motherfucker, you know, here we are with a good relationship with him, and now he's starting to screw the shit over. One day he tells my office, his manager tells my office, oh, you know, we're not gonna do Jersey clubs for a while. We're gonna stay away from Jersey because you know Alex wants to focus on his music and he wants to do the shit. Now let's go back to his music. That song La Mala y La Buena, I gave it to him.
What, with Ozuna?
No, what he did with that fucking group, the Cuban group.
Cuban Link?
No, un grupo cubano.
Oh, okay.
Well, La Mala y La Buena, I gave him that song. That was from my artist.
And this is already the Barcode days.
Yeah, the Barcode days. I gave him that song, and the first song that he recorded, which it was Noche de Placer, I made that song for him in my studio. So.
Oh, hold on. He recorded that here?
Yeah.
Oh.
Noche de Placer. I recorded that for him. So. I always went out of my way to help him out, elevate his career. But the problem with Alex has no loyalty to nobody besides himself. So I look at it like, wait a minute. When you had a hard time, we always were there helping you out. I remember one day they tried to suspend him from the radio. I had to call the radio and tell the radio, listen, you don't get Alex back on. Remember, now I had a live broadcast on Thursdays and Saturday. We were spending $15,000 a week. So I tell him, you don't bring Alex back, I'm going to cancel my broadcast. Because, of course, now that would give him the upper hand. Now the radio looks at it like, okay, we're going to reprimand Alex, but if we do that, we're going to lose, you know, Cocobongo as a customer. So they didn't fuck with him. They left him alone. And he was out of the radio for a few days, but then when we started putting pressure on the station, they brought him back. Because obviously Alex playing the diva card. So I remember one day we call the station and say, hey, we need Alex to record this commercial. Alex used to record all the commercials for us. And then they have the nerve to call me back and say, oh, Alex said that if you want him to record the commercial, that he's going to charge an extra $500 for that.
To you?
Yeah. Now this is after me having this relationship with him. So Alex always pulled off those fucking. Oh, then he wouldn't come to the club, but he would send Danny to try to collect his pay.
To Barcode.
Yeah.
So he wouldn't show up to Barcode. And
yeah, he wouldn't show up to Barcode, but he still would want to come and collect his money. That and then Danny would give me the, oh, bro, that's just him. I don't know, bro. I don't know. You
got. Who's Danny?
His manager, supposedly.
Okay.
So, moving forward to the problem that me and him had lately, he doesn't even bother telling me, yo, I was given an opportunity to open up a club of my own. Nah, this motherfucker just stops coming to the club or to lobby, and all of a sudden I see grand opening with Alice Sensation, and I don't know what fucking artist that he was bringing to Club Excel.
But hold up, I heard you banned him though.
No, I didn't ban him. I just stopped fucking with him.
Oh, it wasn't a situation where you banned him, he got mad, and that's when he started doing the grand opening out here?
No, Alex and I had a good relationship. Obviously, the problem with Alex, Alex always cares about making more money for himself. And there's nothing wrong with that. You're an artist, you want to make more money for yourself.
But you still got to be loyal to the niggas that hooked you out.
You know, the problem is that Alex gets to the club. he plays the first of all. The first thing he does, he sends somebody over to tell the other DJs not to play the hits. That's corny as shit. To me, if you're a fucking DJ, you should be able to grab the room as it is and fucking rock out. No, he goes in. I remember because I was DJing one time, and Danny's like, "Yo, Alex just texted me, bro. Don't play." I'm like, "Yo, tell that motherfucker to come tell me in my face not to play those songs." And then obviously Alex got there. Danny told him, "Yo, Eddie already played this song." He still played them anyway, but that's what he does. He goes and tells the other DJs not to play the music that is hot in the clubs at that time because he wants to DJ it.
And I heard as a DJ, I'm not a DJ, but I heard as a DJ, that's like a slap to your face. Saying, well, let me show me your playlist. Well,
listen, as if you're a dope DJ, if you're an opening DJ and you're dope, you shouldn't be playing the hits early anyway.
Facts.
But if it's 12:30 at night and you got a packed club, and this motherfucker hasn't showed up yet, you're not gonna leave people hanging on prime time because this motherfucker that's supposed to be there is not there.
Yeah, I remember this time I'll be at Barcode, I'll be lit, I'm looking at the time, I'm like, yo, isn't Alex supposed to be on? And I remember you just giving me that look like, and I'm like...
That's the biggest problem that he has.
And it's been a few times.
Alex has no loyalty to nobody, not even to his career. And he wants to go to places, fuck owners over, and he expects everybody just to say, okay, we'll deal with it, we'll let it slide. That's the problem. Like, you get to a point in your life when you're not gonna let nothing more slide. The problem is that Alex comes to your club, his fucking playlist is always the same shit, and he wants to charge you $4,000 or $5,000 for the same shit that he does the weekend before. And it's not like when he comes around, yeah, he might bring an extra 200-300 people, but when you do the math on 200 people, it's exactly what he's charging you. So you're not really making more money. You're just pretty much breaking even if he would have not showed up. Because let's say I do 1,000 people, and when he comes around, I go up to 1,200. If 200 people costs me what it costs me for him, I should have just only been doing 1,000 people.
Facts.
That's what it really comes down to. And that's the problem with Alex. But Alex, then going back to the story, all of a sudden this motherfucker starts promoting Club XL.
And do you feel like he did Club XL to get back at you? Like building XL in your own city? Like, I'm going to start doing business in his own city.
No, the thing is that Alex really believes that he's the reason why clubs are packed. And in a good amount of time, Alex had a very big following. The problem is Alex is too much into himself right now. He keeps putting all this money behind music. That's another thing too. He spends all his money making all these songs with all these artists that all these artists are really doing is just using him. Because they say when he records with Ozuna or Nicky Jam or any of these guys, he's the one paying for those music videos. These artists are not the one paying for it. They saying, yo, I'll make the song with you, but you got to pay for all the production shit.
Mm-hmm.
So he's trying to make extra money for himself so he could keep that shit going. But when that money's not coming back in, that's why he's trying to make it up on the clubs. If he's trying to make it up on the clubs, then it's not going to work out for him. Because you're the only one song that made any noise was Que Va.
Yeah.
And how much money did that song really make him? When he goes to a club, he doesn't do a performance. He's just a regular DJ, and then when he plays that one song, he just sings over the fucking song, and that's it. And that's the show. Is that what I'm paying for? You see, he needs to focus on what he's gonna be. He's gonna be an artist, or he's gonna be a DJ. And he hasn't focused on neither up.
That was a good point. Until right now, it's like you really broke it down for me. But there was a point where I didn't know what he was. I didn't know if he was an artist or a DJ. I'm dead ass. I really did not know what the fuck he did.
Or a radio host.
Or a radio host, yeah.
So
I honestly did not know.
Shit. That's the reason why Alex and I had the fallout. I couldn't believe that after all the shit that he did to me in all these years, he was gonna come back again and give me another slap in the face. Like, how are you gonna go? And after we have a good relationship as business, because me and him, I stopped being his boy a long time. Because after he played me out a few times, I'm like, you know what, fuck you. But I looked at it as a business point. All right, well, Alex still has a name. I'll book him. I don't have to love the guy, but I'll collect my money at the end of the night. But when the money's not there, then now you start asking yourself, do I really need to take this fucking shit? And then towards the end, he stops coming, and then he starts announcing a grand opening of another club.
In your city.
In my right next door. So he really thought he was gonna come into Elizabeth. He was gonna fucking take Barcode out, not realizing that same weekend it was the grand opening of my pool. How the fuck do you compete with the pool? You can't compete with that with a banquet hall. I'm sorry, it's not gonna happen.
I remember in the contract it says he has to bring like two artists.
I don't know what deal he made with them over then. Obviously, that didn't last for a long time. I heard a lot of things that went on with that. He tried to pull off the same shit that he did with me.
Not showing up?
No, bringing in artists, losing money, but then the owner was the only one that was going to take the loss. Listen, if we do business and we do partners and we throw an event, if there's a loss, we lose equally.
Mm-hmm.
But when you win, we win equally. But when we lose, you're the one that takes the loss. Who does that? To me, a scumbag does that.
And do you feel like in the near future, you guys will ever be cool again? Where to the point where he'll be back at Barcode?
The problem, let me tell you the problem with Alex is. The problem is that Alex only cares about himself. He's a very fake person. Like I remember when J Balvin came around. The first time I brought J Balvin to the U.S., I met him through Alex. We went to Mama Juana's in Uptown, and we sat down. It was Alex, myself. We were there. The whole four of us were talking, and as we're there talking, he starts telling J Balvin, I like your music. I think you're rocking. We're gonna bring you down. We're gonna bring you. I'm gonna get you 4 shows. And I'm hearing Alex talking. Mm-hmm. Now Alex and I were partners doing events at that time. So J Balvin, we leave the meeting, and J Balvin's father calls me about 2 weeks later, Alvaro, and then he starts talking to me. Oh, I'm gonna send you the 4 contracts for the 4 dates. I told Alvaro, let me tell you something. I'm gonna be straight up with you right now. I'm gonna give you 2 dates. I'm gonna give you the Cocomongo date, and I'm gonna give you the Prudential Center date. But those are the 2 dates that Alex has been promised you. Well, he promised you. You gotta talk to him. Well, J Balvin was calling. Alvaro was calling Alex. Alex was not responding nobody's phone call. Then Alvaro calls me up like, Edwin, well, this is the problem. I cannot send J Balvin out there for only 2 dates because we're not gonna break even. I told him, listen, I'll do something better for you. I'm gonna give you the direct contact to the owner from La Boom. If he's willing to do the event, cool, we do the event. But don't depend on Alex. We got him the date. We did the concert. There's niggas out here in concerts talking about, oh, I brought J Balvin here for the first time. Motherfucker, you didn't do shit. I brought J Balvin for the first time. Now let's go to the Nicky Jam days. I remember when that Colombian reggaeton started kicking off, everybody was like, oh, that's not going to last. That's not going to last.
It's only for the Puerto Ricans.
That's only for the Puerto Ricans. So Nicky Jam, we had him at Club Show. And right before Club Show, Alex was like, yo, but that's not going to work, man. That nigga's already washed. That nigga's dead already. That's not going to work. I'm like, yo, he's killing it in Colombia. Yeah, but Colombia's not the world. I'm like, my brother, but it's going to get that big. Watch.
So Alex Sensation said that about Nicky Jam.
Yeah,
he's
talking
washed.
all this shit. Talking all this shit about Nicky Jam. Then we do Nicky Jam. Ram Pack. Well, guess who was there licking Nicky Jam's ass after that? No.